What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing a VOD review of the PP himself, Dishsoap here. He is doing a stream, did a stream today, and, did pretty well. 3.5 AVP across these games, looking pretty good until those three in the middle right up there. But, I mean, overall, still very good scores. And the big reason I want to do a VOD review of Mr. Dishsoap here is that he played this new reroll comp that really just yesterday started cropping up after the nerfs to Dr. Mundo and the buffs to Jhin. Really, I think both of those made people say, I really, Jin's a fantastic 3-star unit. I still want to play around Jhin 3-star. I don't really want to play Mundo 3 as my frontline anymore. And so, what do you play? Well, we'll talk about it as we get further into this game. But yeah, start off with some Malphite. Honestly, pretty flexible items overall, honestly. The only downside is that Shojin is a much worse slam on this patch because Sorcerer is not really a comp that exists, and Shojin is what you would play into Sorks. So honestly, I said honestly way too many times, you would look at playing something, I was gonna say honestly another time, like Rise from this spot, and make like Void Staff and play into that, which would be fine. Prodigy Crown also, I honestly would be pretty excited to take Prodigy Crown if it didn't give a Shojin. Now that I look at, why does this give a Shojin? Blah. I mean, Mess Hall is not very good. I guess you could take Hard Commit. It's fine. Not amazing, but kind of whatever. We roll into Priz Ticket. And Dishsoap says, you know what? My other options are really not that amazing in this spot. I don't have much to go for here. And hit Spoils of War. My options are pretty trash here. So I'm going to take Priz Ticket here and play into the Crew, make my 10 gold here and play around it. We are going to... it does throw the max vitality onto Malphite. So this one got buffed up a little bit this patch. It gives your units extra 40 HP per combat that is alive. Then every 10 seconds, they gain 12 additional. So, if you can make it to late game, I'm actually kind of curious to see what his max vitality check is late game. But you really want that unit to survive until 10 seconds, ideally, so that you can, start farming that extra HP onto them. Yeah, dying this quickly feels a little bit bad. But yeah, we are going to be playing towards the Crew, kind of, in a way. We're actually, going to use all of our free rerolls here on level 3 because we are playing a 1-cost reroll comp. Ooh, I thought for a second that he was going to start selling, and like roll more, but I mean, yeah, that seems crazy. And he does team planner out the basic idea of this comp. So what's going on with this comp? It's Crew reroll. Except you also can go for Jhin 3, and normally you can go for Gnar 3, Kennen 3 pretty easily. Usually you don't play Kennen on Crew reroll because you're fitting Janna, but because we are not actually going to go deeper in the Crew line, there's no need to play Janna. We can actually play for Kennen as another 1-cost that we can roll for, and then you can roll for Jhin as your kind of actual main carry max cap of this comp. So that's the idea, is you get a very solid front line with the protectors. You get a ton of extra econ from Crew, so Crew almost becomes an econ trait. If you guys, haven't played this version of the comp, it's kind of interesting because Crew, normally you're getting one Crew 3-star, 2 Crew 3-stars. Usually from that you get a little bit of extra econ, and that pushes you to the Shen 3 and the Ziggs 3, which allows you to actually get the combat strength of the Crew. But instead you can just do this. You can use Crew, get the 1 and 2 3-stars, which just provide you with extra econ. It provides you with that extra XP per rolls and the free refresh every round. The free refresh does synergize quite well with Priz Ticket because that can obviously proc Priz Ticket. Only sad part about this comp in Priz Ticket is that the free rerolls do not give you extra XP. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would be insanely broken if they did. All right, going into Carousel here. I mean, Jhin tends to really like IE, so I'm thinking that'd be the pickup, but we actually have to go for the belt here just to finish up Malphite items. I guess to be fair, this comp and Crew comps in general tend to be Malphite item checks, and Spirit Visage is one of Malphite's best items, so I guess this makes sense. It's just, a decent slam here and just a good item in general here. So we make it, honestly, a little surprised that we immediately slam it, but I guess I shouldn't be. We're on a 3-loss streak here, so you'd like to lose the next 2, but you want your Malphite to live, so he gets that max vitality value. Also, my kitty looks crazy, man. I think it's because we have she looks she's so bewildered. She keeps looking up, and I'm thinking is there is there secretly like a bug in this room or something that she sees? But I think what she's hearing is the dishwasher in the other room, and she's just looking completely crazy. But okay, well, all good. She's just bewildered by how good at TFT dish soap is, which, you know, happens to a lot of people. And I mean, not too much going on this early game. We are just lost streaking play around this stuff. Up to sell the Gnar pair here, just saying the least important thing to hit here is Gnar 3. Obviously, hitting both of the crews is important to get that crew effect. Obviously, hitting Jhin is really important to get, you know, a carry, because Sivir can carry your items for a while, but eventually you are going to want to play towards Jhin. And then the other hits are, you know, good frontline for you. So everything really matters. I would say the Sivir is the thing that matters the least, though. This kitty looks so here. I'm taking a picture to show to my girlfriend later, but this is the face that she keeps making, man. She keeps. Why is she doing that, man? She is just deep in thought. Okay, we are going to roll a bit here with our prismatic reroll. I mean, honestly, maybe a decent bit here with our free rolls. We do hit the IE, which I imagine will be a slam here. And I mean, IE Gwinsu, honestly, probably the slams here. But let's roll a good bit with our priz rerolls. I mean, honestly, you'd love to hit a 3-star immediately, and we do actually in the Malphite. Now our rolls are actually giving us even more stuff. We are getting... you know, the extra XP for every roll, which is great. Send the bow onto Jhin. I mean, it must be Gwinsu. IE, certainly here. Yeah, I mean, it must be. These are both great items onto Jhin. When you have a really big front line, the Gwinsu is just providing him more AD to play with. And the ID, you know, letting his spell crit means he can sometimes get a really big, you know, last fourth shot that just kills people. So, yeah. Next augment here. Do not take Silver Destiny here. Take Silver Destiny and accidentally get like a Recombop or like a Dumbify. Your life would suck. I don't really like any of the other ones that much. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's that. I mean, you can default Corrosion, worst case. No way he's gonna, no way he's gonna take Silver Destiny here. This could actually lose you the game on the spot. I would, okay, and he does roll it and he hits placebo and just opts to take that. It's an econ augment. Okay, like that would have been so sus. Oh my God. Okay, and so he just takes placebo. It's not the best. I do think you'd probably, you know, you'd prefer combat here, but we really didn't see any good combat augment here. So we just had to end up taking placebo. So yeah, I do think you'd really like combat. At least we have the 3-star to buy us some frontline in this spot, but we rotate immediately into this is a colossal Udyr on 3-2 with a Radiant item, a Titan's Resolve, and a Sterak's. Oh, this soulless guy is just, I mean, too much of a high roller, I guess. Well, okay, all good. We lose that fight. We can roll, I mean, a decent bit if we want here. I think Dish is going to wait one more round before rolling, because why not? It's not like we have a streak to play for or anything. We don't even... I mean, you mind losing for the HP of it. You wouldn't mind losing a little bit just to get some carousel prio, but I do think you really don't want to lose too much, because HP is important in a spot like this. And yeah, losing again this stage is actually going to be pretty rough. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're double econ in a spot where we really haven't hit the required units to make up for the fact that we have double econ. Also, I am not affiliated with Progressive in any way whatsoever, but Dishsoap has all of these ads on his stream. You know what? Dishsoap's getting that bag, and I respect it. Dishsoap can be the second millionaire TFT streamer after K3 Soju, and he deserves it, honestly, for his how good he is at the game. So fair enough. All right, one off of Sivir here, so I do think we should absolutely roll it down. We do hit the Sivir here, which is very nice. We get the P. Oh, actually, you guys might not be able to see the P, but a big P just appears on screen for some reason when he hits the 3-star unit. Make Even Shroud, which is what we took off Carousel, because we don't have Last Whisper, we don't have any kind of Armor Shred, so getting that's good. And it's an item onto Malphite, which is important. And here's where the board really hits its stride. We have the Jhin 3, we have the Sivir 3 and the Malphite 3. We don't have any of the other 3-stars yet, but like I said, the most important ones are the ones that we have. I do still think we could keep Kennen in, you know, our hearts as a possible hit here. We are just going to roll it up to level 6, because why not? This allows us to get Force Sniper in here. We get Artistic KO, really, really nice onto Jhin with the IE so that he can splash his damage. I mean, you know, it's similar to when you played Jhin Reroll. One interesting thing I will say, though, is Dishsoap was saying that he thinks the... is it called Spirit Sword? The one that crits and then turns some of your crit damage into magic damage. That one, he said, is like really, like he said that one's better than Artistic KO, which is surprising, because I think a lot of people think of Artistic KO as the one to get. I mean, the big upside to Artistic KO is that overkill damage. You know, not like wasting your entire 4th shot on like a random low HP unit is really nice. And so My vibe is that Artistic Hail would be better, but I mean, am I gonna disagree with the Soap Master here? No, of course not. All right, we're trying to let some of our units die here to let Malphite farm more on minions. I don't know that this actually 100% works. I thought it didn't work like this on minions, but you know, Dishsoap going for the optimization, why not? The other cool thing about this comp is, well, we fit Cassante in. Cassante obviously fits very nicely onto this board because he is Wraith for your Jhin and he is a Protector. And then you can really just add more snipers to the board. We kind of have to make adaptive here. It's not a great item onto Malphite, honestly, but how else are you going to get rid of this tier and this cloak in this spot? It must be adaptive. And then we can go for bow item onto the Jhinathan here. So it makes sense. It's a little bit tragic, but you know, that's what TFT is about sometimes, is making okay enough at slams. But yeah, adaptive tends not to be great on Malphite just because he's not really a caster. His ability just does damage. His tank stats just come from him being a big old guy. Rain Protection, Overheal, Scavenger. I mean, with 4 Protector, and I could see this being fine. It also does scale with max HP, and your Malphite stacking up more max HP, so I would look at this. Scavenger is probably not bad in this comp just because of the number of units that you have that are unitemized here. You know, we might have a random Gnar 3 and Sivir 3 that we can get items onto. This board's a little slow, and I tend not to like this in slowish boards, but he's really considering it with potentially, yeah, and he does. He gets a Moonlight, which is hilarious here, but he opts to take the Scavenger here. So yeah, Dishsoap really valuing the ability to get extra items on all of these units. Does Remover the Bow here, really smart here. Why? Because he has Scavenger, so he wants to make room on that Jhin to get an item off of Scavenger when we kill a unit. So nice stuff from Dishsoap here. And yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, we're gonna hit a random Kennen 3. We have this Cassante. I mean, Scavenger looks pretty good. I probably overhate on this augment a bit. I think most people do, or you know, maybe I'm just a noob. But I feel like when I see the Scavenger augment, I'm usually never excited for it. But it actually seems pretty good here to, you know, get items onto a random Gnar 3. I mean, can't be bad. And item augments in general, I think, make a lot of sense just because there's so many units that you can itemize here. But all right, I'm going to continue to chill on this board, and we will see how well it does the rest of this stage. Jhin 3, I think, I mean, got a pretty big buff this this patch, where now his 4th shot will never, like, miss. You know, if the unit that he is shooting dies, he will kind of redirect that 4th shot to another unit, which is really nice for making it so that he just doesn't waste damage. It means that, you know, he is never going to just, yeah, completely waste an entire ult. I do kind of wonder, I imagine you want, like, GS here for Jhin, but we can't get it. We have to take, that was Rod, right? I mean, are we going to just go double Gwynsu's onto Jhin? I mean, it's an item onto him. It's an AD. It's probably not horrible. We do pick up a Jinx on our roll here. We are, it's kind of, yeah, so he rolls a, this is really smart from Dishsoap. He rolls a bit, finds that Jinx, and then rolls to the next breakpoint, and then just pushes level here to get Jinx in for 4 sniper. I love this a lot because there's not that much to add left on this board. You really want to be strong now, and you know, your next few levels, I mean, it's really just going to be eventually adding Varus to this board, but you really want to be winning as many fights as possible when you are playing a 1-cost, 2-cost reroll comp like this, because you're going to cap lower than the rest of the lobby. So it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we're using our econ really aggressively here, looking for stuff like Cassante 2, looking for, you know, to get the Jinx onto the board, looking for stuff like Kennen 3, just because we know we're playing 1-2-cost reroll. Like, we are going to be lower cap than, you know, someone who's playing, you know, pure 2-cost reroll like this player. Though honestly, this guy might die before the end of the, I mean, this guy might die now, actually, though. The Rakan with Archangels, oh, Archangels Rakan is back. Oh, this actually looks really cool. Xayah Rakan reroll comp with Archangel's Rakan. He doesn't even, you don't care that much about him eating your tiers and rods, because, I mean, rods you kind of need for Gwynsu on Xayah, but the tiers you don't need at all, so we can actually make Archangel. Oh, I want to see mini top 4 this game, but that person is 1 HP at 4-7. I am not looking, I don't think they're excited about their spot. All right, kind of like stuff that we are missing here. We do find the Kennen 3. We're still missing heal cut, which we're going to reforge this chain to look for potential heal cut here. Looks like, why does he wait so long to do it? He hits it. Okay, so don't you just make Sunfire then? And you throw it onto, I mean, probably Cassante is a better tank than Kennen 3, which is kind of tragic. We spent this time rolling for Kennen 3 and we're not going to itemize him, but it's fine. I mean, Scavenger will itemize him for us, I guess. That's the hope, at least. And yeah, I mean, wow. Honestly, really good take Scavenger in this spot for Dishsoap. I feel like this is, like, carried our late game very hard here. And yeah, 43 HP on a 1 streak after losing to that other board, but I mean, it was a very close fight, and oh, minions of going 7th, RIP. I mean, it's a cool idea, but just a bit too hard. I mean, at this point, we're just looking at pushing 9, going to save our free refreshes for level 9 as well, because there's nothing to roll for here, and going level 9 and finding a Varus would be, you know, the big way to finally cap this board out. Wrote into Solus, who yeah, I mean, it is just playing Ashe, and we do actually clear the Ashe board. I mean, pretty impressive, honestly. And we do find a Varus. Wow, so immediately that's going to just get slided in onto the board here. Over the Jinx, just a better unit, right? Benefits from... Oh, actually, huh. I was going to say, but he actually swaps it back to Jinx, I guess, for Star Guardian effect. I don't know. I'm actually, it's kind of interesting that he thinks Jinx is better, but yeah, I guess he's just thinking the Star Guardian effect's better than Varus. I mean, to be fair, zero item Varus is like not really doing anything. Same thing with zero item Jinx, honestly. So he just wants to take the Star Guardian effect. Oh, maybe that's what's driving this kitty crazy. Yep, I think that's what it was. You guys see that? A moth just flew up. I think, oh, yep, she is looking all around. Maybe, so that's probably what it was. I think she saw the moth. All right, looking for like Varus items here, right? I would think it's blue buff. I mean, I guess we do have Cassante left to itemize as well here, so this is Warmogs for him. And ooh, look at this. Going to move the Even Shroud over at this point to say Cassante is going to hold the tank or the support items, and then the pure tank items are going to go onto Malphite. I think very smart, just good, quick rearrangement of the items, especially because Cassante has 2 lives, so it's not like, you know, when you do this with other setups, sometimes you're afraid of the, you know, the Cassante just dying and dropping out of your heal cut and your armor shred. But Cassante can't die. He has a second life, so he gets that second life, and then Malphite lives for him. Like, it's just so easy. All right, we took a pretty bad loss that last fight, but now we have finally gotten to level up to play 5 Sniper, which is really nice. That was a scary board, but ooh, look at this. Yeah, wow. At this point, he does reforge the power up here and goes for Spirit Sword. So yeah, in Dish's opinion, this is just the straight up better power up. I mean, it is a lot of extra damage, even just with the crit from IE, but then I think Guard Breaker is like the dream, or even, you know, like double IE and stuff like that. I mean, I will say the Jhin is doing a lot of damage with the Spirit Sword, so yeah, I mean, it looks very good. And hey, top 4 locked in. We are pretty much done with our board at this point. Last thing to pick up is a Varus 2, and then getting to itemize him. We could even move the adaptive down to Varus 2 once we find him, and then go for a real last tank item onto Malphite. That's like probably the dream here, but we will see here. Let's roll a bit here. He pops Anvil first. I mean, Bramble looks pretty good looking at the lobby. I think he just looked at like, is that 2 Ashe boards? Yeah, so I mean, it must be Bramble then, right? Ooh, he's actually into GS because he's like, I need more damage versus these boards. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would have been really tempted to take Bramble here. I'm surprised he doesn't, but I mean, that's the idea, is we have enough tankiness. We just need damage. I mean, couldn't you get the same idea by moving Adaptive down and then taking Bramble? Maybe, but I mean, you could also move Adaptive down and then take GS as well, and then just not have less tank items. But all right, top 3 locked in. We lose to Soulless's board, which is a little bit rough, but just gonna roll down here, try to pick up Jinx 2. We do pick up Jinx 2 on the way down, so nice. I mean, we are done at this point. We're actually gonna move items over to Cassante at this point. Wow, just saying Cassante is going to be a better tank than Malphite with this Warmogs. I mean, I don't disagree, honestly. If we didn't have max vitality, you'd probably move power up over, but we do have max vitality, so you leave it here. Yeah, honestly, I mean, you can think of it like a lot of 1-cost real comps in general. Like, you do want to move items over to Cassante too once you get there, but max vitality, we can't really move without losing all that HP. And he does finally move adaptive down to backline, so it makes sense. All right, 2 Ashe boards left to fight in our pool here. The Ashe haters will rejoice for something to complain about, which, I mean, fair enough, honestly. I mean, to be fair, they did nerf this comp. They just didn't nerf it enough. It's kind of hilarious that they nerfed this comp a bunch, and it literally got better in the stats, which is crazy. But we do pick up a good win against Soulless. The items on the Cassante doing work, making sure that Cassante is tanking a lot in front of the Ashe, and just making sure that he lives for a really long time doing a lot of work. Optic Spark, actually, weirdly enough here. Huh. I mean, it's Wraith and Spirit Sword damage is the idea. Well, actually, let's look at damage chart here after this fight, because I'm surprised, but I guess I shouldn't be. It's Malphite damage as well. Malphite's AP, right? We'll look at it after. You know, I haven't really thought that much about Malphite's damage profile. I think it's AP. All right. Let's see how this fight goes. This is the guy with the Lee Sin 2 and the Radiant Guinsoo, so a bit stronger here. I wonder if this fight is winnable. Honestly, looked pretty close, but we do lose. And yeah, it's Wraith damage and Jhin damage, and Malphite is physical, I guess, because he did mostly physical damage there. Well, you learn something new every day, honestly. Yeah, he's physical, but he scales with AP. That's what's tripping me up. Yeah, TFT, man. But okay, we rolled down a bit. Don't really hit much. I mean, we can keep Cassante in our dreams as a possibility. This positioning is kind of interesting. Not sure why, actually. I mean, he wants to focus fire down the unit, I guess, but this is really better than getting good sniper value onto Varus. I mean, yeah, he's trying to, I guess, focus fire down the Lee Sin, but we do take a rough loss here, but it's a top 2 still. I mean, a very nice game from Dishsoap, honestly. And yeah, just kind of went for the Hail Mary positioning wise at the end there. Yeah, okay, it's pretty smart to say, you know what, the only way we can win this fight is if Lee Sin wraps this way and then we kill Lee Sin. Okay, I mean, Dishsoap's a genius, but I mean, you guys knew that already. Really cool game though, showing off this new reroll comp. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch for Metafy. All my links down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, as always.